I think it's very, very unlikely that Phillip Schofield will find his way back onto mainstream TV. Listen, you never know. Life is very strange, and there could be a format somewhere looking for him. But in terms of the size of audience and the scale of television work he did, nothing like that. Holly is different. I mean, she's certainly a big hope for ITV, and I think they will be looking to protect her, and certainly her agent will be looking to protect her. She's got a host of really lucrative commercial deals, and living in the commercial TV space is much better to be a big star than perhaps being on the BBC with all the sort of regulations now being thrust upon personalities. So I think that it's going to be difficult for her to come back to the sofa. I think they must rethink what This Morning is going to be without two anchoring hosts of that sort of scale. But I think that you wouldn't write off Holly Willoughby and the power that is vested behind her, because ultimately this is where it all started, when it came to be the place where they wanted to put their hope and future in. It was Holly, before all the sort of machinations of the soap opera became public.
Mark, I don't know if you saw Eamon's interview with Dan Wootton last night on GB News. What do you make of the revelations that came out of that?
But I don't know what is truth. I mean, all I know that if you're working for a corporate organisation, you cannot start making decisions based on rumour. And if you put your talent in a room and you look them straight between the eyes and ask them a question and they deny it, then what do? And say, oh no, I've looked at the internet and I've looked at Twitter, I've looked at TikTok, and you're banged to rights. They're things like, contracts. Now, with any organisation, there are always rumour and gossip. There's always tittle-tattle, whether it's a big television programme or, some local business. So I think that, Dan Wootton, whose figures are going through the roof at the moment, if you look at the internet and you look at Eamon, this is their moment, one would suggest, cynically, to tell their truth, but also to exploit this situation, as many other media organisations are doing. There's nothing better for business than a crisis. Where would we be? And particularly over a bank holiday where people are paralysed and not able to do anything. So we love a crisis, we love stories, and they're pretty damning revelations. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of people would say, is there an element of sour grapes there? Or is there something more to that? No, I'm not dissing. Eamon Holmes is a great broadcaster. Dan Wootton, is a formidable force. So they have a lot of influence, and I think that's what's keeping the story running at the moment. But the question is, if this dies off, and there's nothing more add to it, the public and the media will get bored with it. The big question is there more to come? And I would bet my bottom dollar at the moment that there is a price, a bounty on the heads of other people very close to this to spill the beans. In the old days, where there was big money from tabloid newspapers, there would be a significant sum of money available for the person in question, who I believe is deep in hiding at the moment for his story. If that doesn't come out and this dissipates, and audience figures don't dive off, if share prices remain salient, you can ride this storm. But it does have to come back and does have to look different if it's going to regain, more importantly, above all, public trust. Sorry. Public trust in the programme, that it's their friend. It's a significant part of the ITV morning architecture.
Mark, just one final very quick question for you. We do believe the young man in question is considering selling his story. What would your advice be to him? Would you advise him to sell that story, or just to keep quiet now? Look,
I've been in this business too many years, and the toxicity of fame, the toxicity of these situations, whether you're in public life is corrosive. And we have seen recently the effects of toxic fame with people like Caroline Flack or whatever, where I think whoever is involved with this needs to do the best job for protecting this person from doing the wrong thing. And sometimes, mental health is far more valuable than the tens or 20s to thousands of pounds and the horrendous upturn in life that things are coming. I would, things are very, very different age now. And, those who make a pact with the devil have to live with that for the rest of their lives.